Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. Today I am going to be reviewing Santorini, a game published by Rockstar Games, designed by Gordon Hamilton. This game came out in 2017 and has had a couple of spin-offs. There's a New York version, I don't remember what the other version is that came out not too long ago, expansion I believe, and then there's one coming soon, I think, or just recently came to somewhere. But anyway, Santorini is a two-player abstract tactical game where you are taking two of your pieces around the board and trying to get them to the top. So, how does this game play? Let's get into it a little bit here with how to play Santorini. Again, as I mentioned, it's a two-player game, and you are controlling two little workers, and then you are going to each draft a different god to kind of guide your workers. So it's symmetrical play with asymmetrical abilities. On your turn, you are taking one of your two workers on this chess-like board of squares and moving them to another spot adjacent to where they are. And then when they get there, they are going to build up one of four levels of these beautiful Santorini-like buildings. And on the movements, you can only move up one level or down any number of levels, or of course stay on the same level, but you can't double jump a level. So you're going to tactically be moving your people up and down these levels to get things done, and tactically trying to block your opponent from doing the same. Because the object of the game is to get one of your two people up on top of the third level. If you do that, you win. However, if you place a blue cap, you can no longer go on that building. That third level, therefore, is blocked off with the cap, looking like Santorini and stopping you or your opponent from ever stepping foot on that level. So it's that tactical game of trying to set yourself up to be the one to be able to step up onto the third level of any building and or blocking your opponent from doing the same. So you're just playing back and forth, using your two workers to go around and build up these levels on the board, trying to get your person to be the one that achieves the success of climbing up on top of a level 3 structure and winning the game. And again, as I mentioned, you have got asymmetric powers, so you're playing against the capabilities of your workers and your opponent's workers, because those asymmetric abilities are going to make everybody have different capabilities in achieving those goals. So you've got to play towards your strengths and try to block against your opponent's strengths in so doing. That's it. That's all there is to the game. It's an asymmetric game, back and forth, one turn, move, build, back and forth, trying to be the one to achieve the greatest objective of being on top of Santorini. So let's get into my Gizmo thoughts about Santorini. Do I think the game is any good? Absolutely I do. I'm not someone who likes abstract games, nor do I play two-player games very often. It's not a good player count for me, but me and my daughter play this one from time to time, and we both enjoy it. It plays really quick and easy, 5 to 10 minutes maybe at most. The gameplay is just, it's so much fun. There's so many different god powers to choose from to change up every game and making things different. And again, it's just that tactical maneuvering around the board and working the pieces to your advantage and your powers to your advantage as best you can. I really enjoy this two-player game. It's almost chess-like in that regard, in that you're strategizing your moves to try to plan ahead and counteract what you think your opponent is going to do. So I think it fits that bill. If you are someone who likes playing chess or those style of games, I feel like this one would work for you too, as a simpler level. I'm not good at chess at all. I know how the pieces move, and that's about it. And in this game, I'm working with just two pieces and one special power. So a lot less to try to manage and account for. What do I think of the ingredients? The ingredients are fantastic. Good, solid god cards, very sturdy. But more importantly, you're building up these beautiful plastic white-walled pieces that look like Santorini, a place I've been in Greece. Looks beautiful, and I got this game kind of as a souvenir for my time there. And so you've got the beautiful white-walled Santorini buildings. You're building out this landscape, and the blue caps are exactly what you see there as well when those go up. Although when you're playing the game, you don't want them to go up necessarily unless you're using them defensively, because if they're used against you, well, you've just been blocked from winning the game. But it's wonderful, wonderful ingredients, great quality. Beautiful, beautiful. It looks like Santorini. My one little gripe about the ingredients are because it takes up those big, beautiful pieces, take up a lot of space in the box. That means this isn't a good travel game, even though it's a nice, light two-player game. I'd love to see this kind of concept in travel size, but it is what it is, and that's really my only gripe. Not really a gripe at all. Is it easy to play? Yes, absolutely. It's easy to play. Again, you move, you build. You move, you build. That's it. That's the whole of learning the rules. You just learn the whole game in a minute at best. Again, there are variable god powers. Those are going to change the game up. You're going to have to figure out how those work and interact for yourself, and more importantly for your opponent, so you're stopping them from taking as much advantage of it as they can. But that's the only complexity in the game, is just learning how the god powers go. And again, you're using 2 a game, 1 each player, and that's it. So you're not learning a whole wealth of them at once. You're learning them kind of one at a time as you play the game. So nothing super complex about this game at all. Do I want more of it? What's the replayability in this game? Well, it is the same game itself. Again, move, build, move, build, move, build. That's the whole of the game. But there's enough different god powers you can play with: basic god powers, advanced god powers, and whatever these expansions are bringing, because I haven't played with those. So those add the replayability as you're drafting, because you are going to lay out like 3 different ones, I think, or maybe 4, and take turns drafting which one you get. But that's it. They do add plenty of replayability as you mix and match the god powers, but the overall game itself is the same. You'll play it a few times in a row and then maybe be done, move on to something different for a little bit. It does wear out its welcome if you're playing it a bunch at once. That's my opinion. Of course, if you're someone who likes abstract, again, I'm not an abstract gamer by and large, so if you are, you might enjoy playing it more than the 2 or 3 times where I kind of feel like I've played this game and want to put it away. But it looks beautiful, and it plenty of variability in the god powers. Originality, what I think of the originality, I like it. I think it is unique. It looks like Santorini, and I'm going to be on the theme of this one more for originality, because again, it's just a 2-player abstract game of kind of chess style. So originality in what the mechanisms are themselves, not strong, good enough, gets the job done, but the combo of the art, the theme of Santorini, the fact that you're building in white or blue capping these white buildings and building a landscape of that Greek island city, really. It's beautiful. It looks amazing. I can feel the theme. You're using the Greek gods to help you out. It feels like Santorini, but it's a game for 2 players. I think that aspect alone, like I said, I wanted to get it just as a souvenir. Even if I didn't like the game, I wanted it because the way it looks on the table reminds me of my time there, and I really appreciate that aspect. So that's why I got it. I love the theme. I really like the gameplay. So let's go ahead and get into my overall final thoughts. I do give this one 4 out of 5 gizmos. Again, it's not a style of game I get to the table a lot. 2-player abstract, not my style of game, but for being what it is in that style, it's great. It fits that bill. 4 out of 5 gizmos, 8.2 on the Board Game Geek 10 scale if you want to get into that. Very enjoyable 2-player game that I'm happy to get to the table when I am able to, and it fits that need for me when I want a chess-like game. So that's my final thoughts about Santorini. If you've played this game, let me know in the comments below your thoughts. If you've got some of the different ones or expansions for it, let me know your thoughts on what those bring, because I haven't even really looked into those at all in any way. So I don't know much about them. This is just base game only here. Thumbs up the video if you like this review. Subscribe below to see more from me, whether it's reviews, general chit chat about board gaming, top 10, 20, 50 lists, etc., etc. I try to drop one new video a week, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.